I'm going to show you how to build a fire in the woods, start to finish, so it catches the first time. The number one reason a fire fails isn't technique, it's the wood. You need tinder, kindling, and fuel, and all of it has to be dry. Dead wood that's either sitting or hanging up off the ground. It should snap clean. If it's bendy or green under the bark, it's still alive, so leave it. For tinder, I use two things together. First, a twig bundle. Match size dead twigs about as big around as my two hands can circle. Look for dead branches on conifers like hemlock and fir. They hold very fine dead twigs that are great for making tinder. Second, a cotton ball with a little petroleum jelly, which I bring from home. The cotton ball lights the bundle and the bundle lights the kindling. One hands off to the next. I've got a whole video coming on making and storing fire starters. For now, just know the cotton ball is in my kit. For kindling, gather 12 to 15 pieces each of pencil, finger, and thumb size and sort them into piles so they're ready. Then fuel would be wrist size and up. Gather all your materials before you light anything. There's nothing worse than leaving a young fire to find more wood and coming back to smoke. Real quick so the rest of this makes sense. A fire needs three things: heat, fuel, and oxygen. Take any one away and it goes out. Most of building a fire is just managing those three things. And one more thing to understand as you sort your wood. The smaller a piece is, the faster it catches and the faster it burns. So we start small and we work our way up. Now we put those two tinders to work. Prep your cotton ball by pulling it apart slightly to expose the cotton. The cotton is what catches the spark or flame quickly, and the petroleum jelly is what makes it burn for 2 to 3 minutes. To keep your cotton ball from getting crushed, lay a stick down next to it. Now light your cotton ball with a lighter, match, or ferro rod. Now lay your twig bundle across that stick, perpendicular, so that it rests just above the flame instead of smothering it. The cotton ball lights the bundle, and once that's going, you can add your next layer. There are lots of different methods for building a fire, but my favorite is called the stack method. I just stack the sticks in the same direction right across the flame. Remember the fire triangle: fuel, heat, and oxygen. Stacking parallel lets you control the gaps between the sticks. As you close the gaps down, the air channels between your sticks and you feed the fire more oxygen, so it burns hotter. If you have your sticks too tight, you choke your fire out and it'll smoke. But if you have them too loose, the heat escapes before it can light the next stick. That balance is the heart of firecraft. Watch the flames as you add wood. When the new sticks catch, the fire climbs up into them. That's your cue to add the next size up. Don't rush it and don't starve it. Once you're into the real fuel wood, here's one rule: never put a single log on the fire. One lone log won't burn well. There's no air channeling past it. Every log needs a friend. If you're adding one, add two. Set them side by side so the heat funnels between them and adds that air so the fire takes off. Now this part is not optional. Check your local fire rules before you ever strike a match. And when you're done, drown it, stir it, and drown it again until it's cold to the touch. You can't add too much water. If there's any heat left at all, you're not done. That's a fire, start to finish. Dry wood, sorted by size, two tinders that hand off to each other, stack your sticks and manage the gaps, and every log gets a friend. One last thing, you can't learn this from a video alone. Fire is part science, part feel, and the only way to get it is to do it. Build a few when the stakes are low so that the skill's there when you actually need it. If you want to make sure the rest of your kit is ready before you head out, my free 10 essential guide is linked below, and I'll see you in the woods.